Crack one, pour one. We're going to have some fun on the Prop Fiend show.
G'day, legends.
Let's go, Husky Hustler, back for UFC 316, the Prop Fiend show. Last week, it was a mess. It was garbage.
Absolute dumpster fire. One of the worst cards I think I've ever seen in the history of the UFC.
You think? Definitely the worst in the last year.
Well, how many? They had about 3-4 canceled fights.
And the main event last minute got canceled. That was your main card prop. You hate to see it. And hopefully Macy Barber's all right with the seizures, cutting weight. We knew it was tough. She didn't fully cut weight. There was stuff going on there the day before. You hate to see it. Hopefully she is all right moving forward. That's kind of scary.
Yeah, look, having seizures from weight cuts, I mean, that's pretty serious. You can't really hold that against the fighter. I mean, at the end of the day, they're human beings like the rest of us. You've got to put their safety first. So as much as we all wanted to see the fight, and yes, we had money on that. That was our main card prop. You're just happy to see that everyone's safe, and hopefully, they can reschedule or, align another fight with another fighter, but safety comes first.
And we have a giveaway on this video. I'm giving out $100 as soon as we start talking about the props of the week. So there's people commenting in the live chat already. I see you. Thank you for commenting. But the first commenter, as soon as we give out the first prop of the week, gets $100 sent to them after this show. We are about to get into it. Husky Hustler is going to start it off this week with the prelim prop. So everybody get ready. You only have a couple seconds to get a comment in. So here we go. Husky Hustler, take off.
So for my early prop, I've got Joshua Van. Look, he's 12 years younger than Bruno Silva, so he's got the youth advantage, and hopefully that shows his pace and his cardio and his volume. Silva represents a step up in competition. He's historically struggled, but under sustained pressure, and he tends to fold when he's not directing the action. So I guess it's the saying, like as the saying goes, all hammer, no nail. You look at Silva, he's got 6 career knockouts since entering the UFC, but he's only he's got 6 knockouts before entering the UFC, but he's only got 1 knockout in the UFC. He's sort of a low volume striker in the first round, and he doesn't tend to start fast. It can allow Van to establish his rhythm early. He does have a lot of significant strikes, up like 8 significant strikes per minute, and his sort of approach is based on pace and attrition. He's not hunting for that one-shot finish, but rather overwhelms opponents with volume. He's shown durability. He's got an improving takedown defense rate. I think it's up to just over 80% now. I think last time I checked it was like 81%. Help him keep the fight standing using his striking edge. And that's why I'm seeing that one go to a decision. I know a lot of people are seeing Van getting a late finish. So, and look, I could easily see that as well. Like if you wanted to hedge maybe round 3 decision, that's not a bad one as well.
Yeah. So the winner, Draft Goon, she said, let's do better this week. Fingers crossed. She was the first comment as soon as you started talking about the props of the week. The first comment in the live chat, it was the tourist. He said it was going to be a good show. Unfortunately, I said in my full card prediction video, the first comment as soon as we started talking about the props. Chandler Laporte said Sugar Show like a second after the Draft Goon comment. So $100 is going to the Draft Goon. This person has been commenting on almost every full card prediction video. Very encouraging. So it's nice to see it go to a subscriber that's been around for the last year, 2 years. So thanks everybody being subscribed. I'm giving out $400 more dollars in the next week. $100 this week if you comment your lock parlay on the Full Card Prediction Show. So if you missed out on this $100, go to the Full Card Prediction Show, comment your lock parlay with hashtag F3. Husky Hustler won last week, $100. He's gonna look to do it again, I would say. It's a free $100, and he's cooking. His picks hit last week on the comment, not on the props that he gave out on this show, but the comment for the $100 giveaway. He won. Hopefully you win this week if you did not win the $100, but another congratulations to the draft goon. Let's go.
Thank you, sir. Yes. Look, Husky's got something up his sleeve this week. So, yeah, get on to Fight Fiends channel. Check out that competition. I'm a 2-time winner now, so $200 in my pocket, and you could be next.
You could be next. You could be the next $100 winner. I'm a man of my word. I can send it via PayPal as soon as the event is over. This event, one of my favorite prelim props this week. We're going to keep rolling with this show. Hopefully this guy can roll some punches towards the debut fighter that's going to be grappling heavy, has more submission wins than knockout wins on the feet. I think Mark Choinsky could be in trouble. Marquel Medeiros is the better striker, and I honestly think he can win a decision. Or not a decision. He will not win a decision. We've seen in his last fight, he went to a decision. He couldn't get the striking going. On Dana White's Contender Series, he had a nice knockout win, a couple knockouts on the regional scene. After his debut fight and a second fight in the UFC, he should be ready to go here. Get a finish. He was supposed to fight last week, sick and stuff like that. He looks fine on the scales. Good weight cut. I see a finish in this one, Husky Hustler. What do you think? Decision?
So
knockout?
I guess when you look at this matchup, you've got the classic striker versus grappler matchup. If you look at Mikel's history, 10 wins, 6 by knockout, that's a 60% KO rate. He has demonstrated knockout power before, notably in the Contender Series. He's an aggressive striker. He has the ability to finish the fight. $4.50. I mean, it's not a bad play. $4.50, not bad.
That's a pretty good price.
Yeah. So, look, will it go to a decision? Will he get the knockout? Who knows? The matchmakers are very clever. They like to have exciting fights, usually to kick off the prelims. Exciting fights to kick off
first fight of the night.
So,
yeah, first fight of the night. Hopefully, it's fireworks after last week. And now you're starting it off with the main card this week, the last fight of the night. So we're going to the first fight to the last fight of the night.
Yeah. Look, I could break down this fight. I could talk about, Sean O'Malley's height and reach advantage and his knockout power. I can talk about Merab and his endless energy and pace and relentlessness. But at the end of the day, do we need to even bother? Like, we know what you're going to get with Merab. He is literally the human Terminator. He just will not stop. The guy is absolutely, he must have been created in a laboratory, because I think there was a story after he won the world championship. The very next day, Cormier went to visit him at his house, and he wasn't there. And he'd just gone for something like a 10-kilometer run. And this is after fighting a world championship 5 rounds. Like, now, yes, you can talk about O'Malley and he's focused now. He's not smoking marijuana. He's stopped watching porn. But at the end of the day, if you're a world champion, what are you doing smoking a lot of marijuana in the first place? And secondly, you're married with a kid. So, if just quitting marijuana and watching porn suddenly means you're focused, then my goodness. But look, at the end of the day, Merab literally dove headfirst into a frozen lake, fractured his skull, multiple stitches. And that didn't knock him out. So you tell me how O'Malley's going to do that. So
Flying
look,
knee.
rent
4.
over, sanity restored. I'm going Marab. $1.72 decision. Why not?
Yeah, lay the chalk minus 140. If you like Marab, DeWalsh Willie, probably going to end up going down the same way as last time. Sean is tricky to finish too. He's never been finished other than rolling his ankle, I think, to Marlon Vera the first time. Unless either fighter rolls an ankle, this fight likely goes the full 25 minutes in one hell of a main event. This is a great fight, hopefully a better version of Sean O'Malley, because he is the dog of the week. Now, my main card prop, this guy is a dog, but he opened as the favorite Husky Hustler, Patchy Mix, making his debut from Bellator, and he has fought the better competition than Mario Batista, in my opinion. He has finishing capabilities, and I think we see a finish in this fight. Now, obviously, the submission for Patchy Mix is live. He only has 1 or 2 knockout wins. Rafian Stotts knocked him out. There is a case. There is a scenario. We see a knockout. You could play it safe inside the distance, but at plus 400 or plus 300, 4-1, I'm taking the submission bet on Patchy Mix. What do you think?
Well, if you'd like to go to the next slide,
let's do it.
You'll see that my value prop was also Patchy, but I had round 2 or 3. Full transparency here, guys. I didn't know that Fight Fiend was going to be picking Patchy by submission, so looks like we're both on the same page. I agree with everything you just said. One thing I like about Patchy making his debut from Bellator, a lot of the times the Bellator fighters, you get them when they're a little bit long at the tooth. They're a little bit old. They're not in their prime. Now, Patchy's coming in his prime, not at the end of his career. He's got a proven track record against high-level opposition. He's got elite grappling. He's got the submission ability, which really sets him apart from most of the newcomers. If you look at his physical attributes, what is he, 5'11", and he's got like a 71-inch reach, which usually tall for that division, for the bantamweight division. Look, he fights from southpaw stance, which sort of adds to another layer of difficulty for his opponents, especially when you combine with his long limbs and his grappling focused style. Look, what's his nickname? The human backpack, I think they call him. You know, so he thrives in the scrambles. He takes the back with ease, and he's just relentlessly hunting for finishes. I think he's a career, what did you say, 13 submissions?
He has a lot. I think it's 12 or 13.
12 or 13, yeah.
I can
So
pull it up.
He gets the dominant positions, and he doesn't let his opponents off the hook.
Yeah. Now, Batista, he's been submitted in round 1 to Corey Sandhagen.
Yeah, and look, you're probably paying it a little bit smarter than me. I'm being a little bit greedy. When I saw that $6.50 for round 2, 3, I just figured, you know, first time in the UFC, whilst he's a composed fighter, maybe the bright lights just get to him a little before he really gets his game plan going. So I'm just being greedy here, guys, and going for the round 2, 3. That's all. So if you want to be playing it safer, then go Fight Fiend just by submission.
Yeah, so he has 13 submission wins, 15 finishes. That's only 2 knockout wins. If you want to play it safe, like I said, Corey Sandhagen got the round 1 submission win over Mario Batista. Debut fight, wants to make a statement. You could see him go out there and finish Batista quick and early. You're still getting a good number. You know, the value prop is kind of the same value as the main card prop, prelim prop. The value prop this week for me doesn't have that much value. I got Chaos Williams, my other lock of the week, by a decision. 433 in a fight against another debut fighter. There's a few of them on this card now. Andreas Gustafsson hasn't fought the best level of competition. When he's fought higher level competition, he lost by a decision. Both losses for Gustafsson are via decision. Chaos Williams had a knockout in his last win to Carlson Harris. There's a chance, of course, we could see the knockout, but I think he fights his way to a win with the power, with the precision, and gets it done on the judge's scorecard. Prelim prop, value prop, whatever you want to call it, on each and every prop I gave out this week. So, yeah. All the props I gave out are sitting around $4 this week. Something with the plus 300s, 4-to-1s. It's tickling my fancy, Fight Fiends. That's the forecast for the props of the week. Now, the locks of the week, I mentioned a few of them. We'll do a parlay segment. You better be ready to go after me this week, Husky Hustler. Last week, you were slacking on the props. Or not the props, the parlays. You didn't have one ready to go. Are you ready this week for a parlay?
Yeah, I can share a parlay with you here. I'm pretty high on Marab, so I would have Marab money line over 1.5 rounds and have 2 takedowns. I would pair that up with Azmat by KO. And just to add a little bit extra there, I think Joe Pfeiffer gets it done against Kelvin Gastelum. The last time they were scheduled to fight was in Mexico, and I had Pfeiffer then as well. And I guess the only concern there was the altitude in Mexico. We don't have that this time round. I think Joe Pfeiffer's coming out to make a statement. Now, I would play Joe money line, and it starts round 2. I think Kelvin Gastelum has never been knocked out. The Mexican fighters, they're very proud people. They're very tough. Whilst Joe hits like a truck, I think Kelvin's tough enough to get out of that first round. He has been submitted before, but I think he's durable enough to get that through the second round for us guys, and that's not a bad parlay.
Are you going to double down on my lock of the week parlay? Joe Pfeiffer to win, Azamat Murzakanov to win, Quillen Salkill to win, Marquel Medeiros to win, and Chaos. Bring the Chaos Williams to win. We're getting plus 280. Are you with me?
Well, I like Joe. I like Azmat. I think the Aussie Quinlan should win that one. The only one with a little bit of concern there is Chaos Williams against Gustafsson. But yeah, just because Gustafsson, look, he's just such a wild man. I can't remember where I saw it, but he was like, "This is my game plan," and it literally said, "Go full retard," which to me just says, I'm just going to throw the kitchen sink at you, and I don't care about strategy. And so, for that reason, I think Chaos veteran experience, composure, keep him at range, get out of those clinch exchanges where he's quite dangerous. But that's the only one there that I'd be a little concerned with. But not a bad lock of the week.
5 Alive. The juice box. I got an Oasis juice box this week. No 5 Alive in the house. But Saturday, we're going 5 Alive with these fighters. And 3 of them, I would play with knockout or a decision. That would be Medeiros, Murzakanov, Pfeiffer. If you want to juice it up a little bit, adds on $1 to the parlay. The parlay. Now, Husky Hustler, before we go, any last words? And everybody, go check out the Husky Hustler's channel. Subscribe to it. He is new to YouTube. His picks are on fire. Content, short videos, clean as can be. And he's got the Husky as the main stage, his logo. So you got to appreciate that. So cute.
Thank you. Final words. I'll have a quick look at that parlay that I just threw out there and look at the odds. It's paying around $3.30, so that's not too bad. But yeah, come and check out the MMA Husky Hustler. We give out full card predictions each week. We also do what's called Dog of the Week. You'll notice that I did not play a Dog of the Week this week. Nothing was really screaming to me to make that video. I'm pretty confident on a lot of the favorites in this card, but as we say, anything can and will happen inside that octagon. So who knows? But enjoy the fights. It should be a good one, and we can't wait.
And once again, thanks to the Draft Goon. First comment as soon as we started talking about the props, her main message was, let's do better this week. Fingers crossed. Well said. Thanks everybody for staying forecasted, joining MMA Husky Hustlers channel, and subscribing and helping me get to 1,000 subscribers. You know we're going to be back for the next Prop Fiend show next week, next event. And this week, we're going to cook it up. We're going to get lit. We're going to get lit. Picks are going to be fire this week, Husky everyone. Hustler.
Peace.